If you're planning to become a British citizen, there's an important update you shouldn't miss. The UK Home Office has introduced a brand new priority service for British citizenship applications. For the first time, eligible applicants can pay an extra £500 to receive a faster decision. Now, that sounds like great news. But before you spend the extra money, there are a few things you really need to understand. Does it guarantee a decision within 30 working days? When does that countdown actually begin? And is paying £500 really worth it? Let's get started. Until now, British citizenship applicants didn't have a routine paid priority service like many UK visa applicants. That has now changed. The Home Office now allows eligible applicants to pay an additional £500 on top of the normal citizenship application fee for faster processing. But here's the first thing you should remember. This service only changes how quickly your application is considered. It does not change the eligibility rules. It does not reduce the documents you need, and it certainly does not make approval easier. So think of it as paying for speed, not paying for a better chance of success. This is where many people could misunderstand the announcement. The article says applicants should normally expect a decision within 30 working days. Notice the word normally. That means it's a service target, not a guarantee. If the Home Office needs extra identity checks, security checks, or any additional inquiries, your application can still take longer. So paying £500 doesn't buy a guaranteed decision date. It simply gives your application a faster processing route whenever possible. If you're thinking the 30-day countdown starts the moment you submit your application, that's actually incorrect. According to the article, the Home Office only starts counting those 30 working days after your biometric information has been enrolled. That means if you delay booking your biometric appointment, your overall waiting time also becomes longer. So, if you're paying for priority processing, booking your biometrics quickly is just as important as submitting the application itself. Another important point is that you can't decide later that you want priority processing. If you want to use this service, you must choose it when submitting your application and pay the additional £500 at that time. Once your application has been submitted under the standard process, the Home Office won't allow you to switch it to priority later. So before clicking submit, make sure you've already decided which route you want to take. Even with priority processing, some applications will still need additional checks. The article mentions identity inquiries, national security checks, external verification, and other complex investigations. If any of these become necessary, your application may take longer than the published time frame. In other words, paying the additional fee doesn't remove these checks. It simply speeds up the normal assessment whenever extra investigations aren't required. The article also explains that this new paid service doesn't replace the Home Office's existing discretionary priority arrangements. For example, applicants facing compelling compassionate circumstances or delays caused by a Home Office error may still request faster consideration through those separate arrangements. So the new priority service is an additional option, not a replacement for existing urgent case procedures. So, is £500 actually worth it? The answer depends entirely on your situation. If you're working towards an important travel date, relocating overseas, starting a new job, or have another significant commitment, paying £500 could be worthwhile because it may give you your citizenship decision sooner. But if you don't have any urgent deadlines, you might decide that the standard process is good enough. The article also points out that receiving your decision sooner can help you move on to the next stages, such as your citizenship ceremony and your first British passport application. However, the priority service only speeds up the Home Office's decision on your citizenship application. It doesn't shorten the later stages of the process. And finally, applicants with straightforward, well-prepared applications supported by complete evidence are likely to benefit the most. If extra inquiries become necessary, the impact of priority processing may be much smaller. So, to sum everything up, the new priority service gives British citizenship applicants another option, but it isn't a shortcut. You'll pay an additional £500 for faster processing, but you'll still need to meet exactly the same eligibility requirements, provide the same supporting evidence, and complete the same checks as every other applicant. If your circumstances make time especially important, this service could be worth considering. If not, the standard application route may still be the better choice. The key is understanding exactly what you're paying for before making your decision. Thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next video.